I think for Team USA, you come into this tournament, you make a statement again in the game against Finland. Like you basically you go out there and you're like, okay, this was a prelim game to the Canada matchup. You go out and you have the game against Canada, the 3 fights at the beginning of the game. You get the win. You set the tone. Like that game was so physical. It took out Charlie McAvoy. It nearly took out the Tkachuk brothers. And then you come into this final. You have an opportunity to, you come back from being down. Canada scores the first goal. You respond. Then you go out and you get the lead. Then late in the second period, Canada comes back. They tie it. And you go to overtime again. And just like we did 15 years ago, 2-2 game, going to overtime, and it's the biggest name in hockey for Canada beats you. And it's for USA Hockey, this was an opportunity and a platform for them to like plant their flag of just like, we are no longer this second fiddle to Canada when it comes to hockey. Like we have, the talk and the buzz around U.S. players and Canadian players in the NHL, the results in the World Juniors. All this stuff has been pointing to USA Hockey catching and, in some people's opinions, surpassing what Hockey Canada has done in their men's programs. Right? This was an opportunity to like make that statement and say like, hey, we're no longer the little brother to Canada when it comes to hockey, and it's fallen short. So as much as this tournament as a whole was great for USA Hockey, this is fallen short of what they set out to do as a group results wise. This can't be like, oh well, they got to the final. Like no, this was a game that they had to win to make that statement, and they fall short in it.
I know what you're saying, and I think generally you're correct. But I don't think Canada walks away from this saying like, see, we're still on top. Like, well,
I think they very
Quinn
much
Hughes
do.
never played. Matthew Tkachuk left the game. Like played 6 minutes. They were not at full strength. And I know that Canada wasn't at full strength either, but like they're right there. They're right there. And as much as
but
fans don't care about the World Juniors, I know, but I don't think the whole like little brother thing exists for USA anymore. I think there are 2, maybe 3 if Russia's ever allowed to compete again. But I think there's 2 nations that are very much on par with each other. And while a very small percentage of people care about the World Juniors, the fact is that USA has been winning those. And it does play, it is a factor. So I don't think it's this like, see, we told you weren't on our level. We told you that we're the dominant nation. Like, yeah, they walk away with the win in this one, but I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't think anything was defined today for Canada as like, see, if it was 5-1, maybe.
I mean,
or if they're just blitzing them and Hellebuck's hanging on for dear life and they win in overtime. But U.S. had every chance to win this game as much as Canada did and played just as well as they did, and they just got one more goal.
Just like in 2010, Canada wins because they got the best player in the world on their roster. Sidney Crosby in 2010, Connor McDavid tonight. But, I mean, I don't think when it's all said and done, people are going to really put this Four Nations thing in, like, great historic. It's not going to replace the Summit Series as, like, historic international hockey. But it would have been nice for the U.S. to win this because they haven't beaten Canada on this level since 1996, the World Cup of Hockey. There are only 8 guys on this USA team tonight that were even born the last time they did it. So it would have been nice.
There's no doubt.
But, I think there'll definitely be more stress on an Olympic tournament. The Olympic medal will always mean more than the one and only Four Nations trophy face-off.
The one and only
stuff. Confrontation Day Four Nation or whatever that was.
Yeah. Confrontations Day. Yeah.
So, but Canada, the Canadian fans, the Canadian players, they are very happy right now. They didn't want to lose, regardless of the prestige or not of this tournament. They didn't want to lose it. They don't want to hear about it. So they accomplished their mission. They don't care who's playing for Team USA. They wanted to beat them. They wanted to beat them for multiple reasons, and they got the job done. And congratulations to them. They're still the best hockey country in the world out of these 4 nations. Like, that's why I can't wait for the Olympics. And somehow I hope that Russia can play in the Olympics, because you gotta have, you can't be the best team in the world when one of the best countries in the world isn't part of a tournament. But Canada is still the team to beat in the international tournaments at the top level. As much as U.S. has been dominating at the under 20 level, when it comes to this level, it's still Canada's game. It's still there. They're still the best in the world at winning these international tournaments.
Yeah,
these will be the 12 nations facing off for the 12 nations face-off, also known as the Olympics in 2026.
AKA
Canada,
Can't get
Finland,
sued for saying 12 nations face off.
Canada, Finland, Sweden, U.S., Switzerland, Czechia, France, Slovakia, Germany, Latvia, Denmark, and Italy. Those are the 12 teams that qualify.
Go Italy! Do like the or like Anthony Rizzo plays for the Italian baseball team because his last name has an
I'm trying to think like who are the.
It's famous Italian ice hockey player Alex Ovechkin.
He plays for Ireland. Alex Ovechkin. He's Irish. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I can't wait for the Olympics, and I guess it's established. I guess Russia won't be in it. I don't know how long their ban is, and I know the IIHF
it was
is
under
different.
review a few weeks ago, and both Belarus and Russia it was upheld that it wouldn't be
They were
lifted. And then
for IIHF, I think the IOC still has not made their final decision. I think they can change that, but it's unlikely. But it would be nice to have Russia in these tournaments.
We all silly like the mayor.